Some of the biggest names in fashion and entertainment are in New York today for the annual Met Gala. This year's theme is Superfine, Tailoring Black Style, to coincide with the Costume Institute's spring exhibition. The stars have been walking the carpet, adorned in custom couture and inventive tailoring. The gowns are mostly absent from the carpet this year, with suited ensembles preferred. And it's the first year the co-chairs for the gala are all black men who are known for their fashion sensibilities. The gala's theme celebrates black dandyism and how it has shaped fashion over generations.
I feel like it's so important to be celebrating black dandyism because it's really an aesthetic movement that comes out of knowing that no matter what our circumstances are, we can be elegant, we can be our best, we can shine.
We don't necessarily get the chance to be in these spaces with a large group of us, expressing what it means to be in fashion, expressing what our history in fashion has been. A lot of it has been lost. So to be able to express that here today through fashion, it means a lot.
This is history. It's going to go down this night. Someone's going to write a book about this. Not me, but someone's going to write a book about this night.
Well, let's get more on this. Dr. Harriet Richards, Senior Lecturer in the School of Fashion and Textiles at RMIT University, joins us now from Melbourne. Now, Dr. Richards, tell us about the red carpet, first of all. What have we seen and how does it fit in with this year's theme?
Oh, we've seen so much and so much tailoring, as you saw just then. I think it fits in with this theme beautifully. The theme is all about the black dandy, which is 250 years really of fashion history in Australia, in America, right back from the 18th century. And it's such a symbol of resistance and strength and social power, which is really exciting to see. And so, I mean, these images are just some of the gorgeous looks that we've seen. That's Lewis Hamilton there. We just saw Coleman Domingo there, two of the chairs this year. Sydney Sweeney, really making a lot of references to historical black characters in history or black people in history who have been incredibly important. That's Zendaya making a reference to Bianca Jagger and Diana Ross, and this is Lupita Nyong'o, amazing. So it's some really incredible looks on the red carpet this year.
Yeah, a lot of people were looking out for Zendaya there. Tell us a little bit more about black dandyism, a very brief history of this.
Sure. So there's actually an incredible book by a professor at Columbia University that was published back in 2009 called Slaves of Fashion. And that was really about the history of black dandyism from a history back in the end of the 18th, beginning of the 19th century, with revolutionary leaders and abolitionists who really used style as a way to resist oppression. So I think it's incredibly political, which is so interesting that this show is happening in 2025 when the black dandy is this incredibly political and, elegant, glamorous, incredibly beautiful character. But it's being held in 2025, which at this moment in America's history is so pertinent. So really taking the garments, the style of the oppressor, if you like, in the 18th and 19th century with slave abolitionists and revolutionary leaders, and using that as a tool of resistance. So fashion is so powerful in that sense, to take that style and really optimize it to demonstrate that resistance to social power. But also what's really interesting about the dandy is it's also in resistance to gender identity as well. So you can see it's perhaps not what we would think of as traditionally masculine in the modern sense. It really takes elements of femininity, beauty, self-adornment in a new way that resists distinct gender dimensions.
And as you say, I mean, so relevant, and this is at a time when the Trump administration is campaigning against that diversity and inclusion. But of course, these themes are conceived years prior. I thought this one would have been conceived around the Black Lives Matter movement at that time. And this is the first year that all the co-chairs for the gala are black men. Is this a watershed moment?
I definitely think so. In many ways, it's a long time coming. And as you say, this would have been established probably 5 years ago. They mapped the Met Gala and the themes of the museum exhibitions more so than the gala that goes alongside it. But they mapped those years in advance. So I agree that probably has been in the pipeline for at least 5 years. But we could say that this is long overdue. I mean, the last exhibition that was focused on menswear was in 2003, so 22 years ago. And so, over the last few years, we've seen a lot of frocks. It's just like frock after frock on the red carpet. So it's really refreshing to me to see this real celebration of tailoring and menswear, the way that that's interpreted for women as well. But to have not only a celebration of menswear, but also Black menswear and Black men's history is, I think, incredibly powerful at this moment, but also just in general, really, really important. Absolutely watershed.
And I know it's very hard to pick a favourite. Can you, though? And tell us why.
Oh, gosh, it's probably too early to tell. I always kind of think, oh, that's my favourite. Like, I love Zendaya. Lupita looks incredible as well. They're favourites of mine perennially. But then as more stories come out over the next couple of days and people keep telling explaining elements of their looks, more favourites come to mind because with Diana Ross, for instance, that was a real collaboration and she has the names of her children and her grandchildren embroidered on her 13-foot train. And I just think those little elements, that storytelling behind some of these garments, which are often in those little details that you don't necessarily see in the initial images on the red carpet, as they come through, I'm sure more favourites will emerge. But yeah, definitely Coleman Domingo, very, very beautiful. And Zendaya, so slick, so beautiful.